Nowadays, full-size luxury SUVs are popular. The Cadillac and Lincoln brands have provided the greatest options available in this popular car market for the past few decades. These two American marques maintained their dominance in the face of fierce competition from the European marques. These two always manage to catch up and retake their proper position in the hearts of American customers wanting a full-size luxury three-row SUV. So, how do the two brands compare? Which of these two wonderful American family-friendly SUVs should you buy? Well, you can't just buy both. While some buyers may be drawn in by the Escalade's state-of-the-art technology and even fewer will value its advantage in handling, the Cadillac fell short in the luxury stakes. In our opinion, Lincoln received a higher rating for its dedication to design and comfort. The Navigator not only does luxury the best, but also presents a stronger case for itself while being far less expensive to acquire and run. So, what kind of unique features does it come with? The Escalade's fifth generation made its debut in 2021. The Cadillac flagship SUV will mainly not change for the 2022 model year. Nevertheless, to remain competitive against rivals like the 2022 Lincoln Navigator, Cadillac has increased the amount of standard safety and driver assist technologies throughout the whole lineup. The inside is often where luxury vehicles differentiate themselves from one another, which is also true with the 2022 Escalade and 2022 Navigator. The 2022 Cadillac Escalade will provide you access to the greatest interior design, cutting-edge technologies, and luxurious features that GM offers. The interior of the freshly designed and updated Navigator is more well-appointed and has more cutting-edge technology, even if the Escalade provides numerous high-quality materials and opulent luxuries. Both provide a smooth ride and comfortable seats with 3 rows and enough head and leg room. However, the Escalade has a larger load room compared to the new Navigator. Since it underwent a complete redesign, the Escalade's second model year will see several modest improvements, including standard lane keeping assist and lane departure warning on the base model. Super Cruise driving assistance technology is also included in higher trims, including the premium luxury, sport, and platinum models, along with the standard front and rear automatic emergency braking. More and more trims now come standard with safety features. These new optional paint colors, mahogany metallic, galactic grey metallic, and wilder metallic, replace previous hues, including shadow metallic and dark mocha metallic. The Escalade had a complete facelift only a year ago. In response, Lincoln completely redesigned Navigator this year. The 2022 Navigator's exterior changes include a new grille and modernized lighting fixtures. This SUV's interior receives a new infotainment system with a large 13.2-inch center screen and the most recent Sync 4 software. Moreover, 2 new design themes, the Central Park and Invitation, are added to its top trim level. The 2022 Navigator now has the brand's new Active Glide semi-autonomous driving mode, which enables hands-free highway driving similar to the Cadillac's Super Cruise. Just a few of the exciting interior improvements to the brand new Navigator include a new rear entertainment system, second-row seats with standard heating and ventilation, optional massaging seats, a digital display in the second row, and the new standard safety features Intersection Assist and Active Park Assist 2.0. Lincoln now modifies the forward-facing camera in the RR Cullinan to assist in identifying potholes in the road and modifies the suspension to decrease the effect. In its largest SUV, Cadillac offers 2 different power plant options. The basic engine is a 6.2-litre naturally aspirated V8 with 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. Moreover, a 3-litre inline-6 turbo diesel engine is available. It has 277 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque and may drive the rear wheels or all 4 wheels. A 10-speed automatic gearbox with precise and prompt shifts is coupled to both engines. However, you may choose between the all-wheel drive option or the standard rear-wheel drive. Lincoln chose to keep things straightforward for the brand new 2022 Navigator by providing only one engine choice, a twin turbocharged 3.5-litre V6 engine that produces 440 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque powers Lincoln's premium SUV, 10 horsepower less than its outgoing model. The revamped Navigator receives a comparable gearbox to the Escalade, a smooth shifting 10-speed automatic transmission, although this is better than what Cadillac came up with in the Escalade. Moreover, you can choose between the basic rear-wheel drive and the optional all-wheel drive system. When you get behind the wheel of either the 2022 Escalade or Navigator, you'll notice two different approaches to the driving experience, same to how it is with the inside. Cadillac has been producing top-notch chassis and suspension systems for almost 20 years, but the Escalade has consistently been left out in the cold until now. The Escalade is the greatest driving body-on-frame SUV available and is superior to a few unibody variants because of its very competent independent rear suspension. It's incredible that a car this big and heavy can really get smaller around you as you drive it, but that's what the Cadillac does. As you turn around, the body roll is expertly managed and the handling is just quick enough. The Escalade is a breeze to hustle if you can find the driving mode button. However, the remainder of the Escalade experience requires some improvement. Although GM's mystical magnetic dampers provide outstanding body control, they fall short of the isolation and comfort we've come to expect from them, or for that matter, from any premium SUV. Handling large impacts is correct, but the steering wheel and seats pick up all the road noise. However, it is undeniable that Cadillac has outperformed Lincoln in this area. Although the adaptive dampers on the Navigator are good, they fall short of the Escalade. Larger bumps aren't handled effectively and more rumbling enters. Lincoln does better in the areas of stopping and moving. The Navigator's brake pedal may be precisely adjusted for soft limo stops despite having a little too much travel before the brakes engage. The Cadillac's brake pedal seems a touch wooden and requires some leg effort to produce actual stopping power until you suddenly have it. Though we marginally like the Lincoln brake's overall responsiveness, it's important to remember that in instrumented testing, both the basic and ESV Escalades stopped from 60 miles per hour more quickly. Lincoln has everything covered as far as getting around. There is no getting around the reality that the new Escalade is slower than the old one, regardless of model, even though the Cadillac is right on Lincoln's tail the entire way up the interstate on ramp. Moreover, it moves more slowly than the somewhat heavier Lincoln. Despite having all the torque, the huge engine occasionally seems overloaded, especially at the high end. Critically, the Lincoln jumps while the Cadillac lumbers when you get on the accelerator to make a pass on the highway. The Escalade also sounds more like a Chevy truck than a high-end SUV. The MSRP of the 2022 Cadillac Escalade starts at $77,900, which is just slightly less than the MSRP of the brand new 2022 Lincoln Navigator, which starts at $78,000. However, you can always receive a far better deal when you lease with VIP Auto. As we've seen, the Lincoln Navigator and the new Cadillac Escalade are more evenly matched than ever and swap victories and defeats throughout the scoreboard. Both are true class leaders and the finest versions of themselves that have ever existed. Things are interesting, how they approach it in totally different yet equally effective ways. So picking a winner isn't a simple process. Anyway, which one do you think is better? That's all from this video. See you in the next one.